From nothing but the police, Northside Long Beach, Northside Long Beach. Yo, this is what's trending. This Christian woman he has an emotional meltdown after accidentally hearing a rap song on the radio. I'm just gonna let y'all listen to some of this, what this woman is saying, and it's comical almost. Let me see if I can get the volume going on here, cause
contemplating on doing this video. All morning it has bothered me and bothered me. It has ate at me, and I'm still upset. Like, as a mom, I'm just mad. Like, I am mad.
She's mad.
And I'm gonna give it a second. And Skylar's in the background, so if she comes up here and wants me to hold her, she might. All right. Okay, so what's the matter, baby? So I'm on my way, taking the kids to school in this morning. I have an 11-year-old daughter, Aaliyah. She loves that 104.5 radio station. Right. She loves it, and I'm like, whatever. Like, it's like the top hits, right? I remember listening to the top hits when I was a kid, like Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, and those were the top hits when I was a kid. All right. Nowadays, it's not the same, right? No, not the same at all.
No, it's not the same, baby.
And I had taken Aaliyah to school first. Then I drop off Aubrey.
Wait a minute. Bye, 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 bye. Ain't gonna give you up. I ain't never gonna give up. I'm sorry, but that was my jam by the Backstreet Boys. Anyway, go ahead. Bye, bye. I'm sorry.
Then I take Gabriella at the ECC. She's the last that I drop off.
Mm-hmm, right.
The radio station was on,
right,
and I think Megan Trainor had just played, which is fine. Yeah. I don't mind that. Okay.
The lie check.
I usually listen to like the
gay dude in the
it's
video.
all Toby Mac, Newsboys. It's Christian music. That's what I usually have it on.
Christian music
in my car. I had just dropped Gabby off, and this rap song comes on.
What?
And guys, I could not believe what I was hearing. Like, this is on our local radio station.
Mainstream.
This crap is being played. I couldn't even believe the words that I was listening to.
Uh-oh.
And as a mom, it infuriated me. Like, why is this on here? Like, so obviously the cuss words were bleeped out. But I'm not stupid. Like, we can dictate what they're saying, right?
Right.
And I started to get tears in my eyes. It upset me so much. And my 11-year-old daughter listens to this radio station. Never again will she listen to this. And
yes,
I want to read. I looked up the song.
She'll listen to it
and
when
I
you
looked
ain't
up
around.
the lyrics. And I read the lyrics.
She'll listen to it.
I cannot believe this stuff is on the radio.
Oh, now she's crying.
I'm sorry.
She's crying. Get it together.
I've got to collect myself because this is...
Okay, let's skip that part.
It's a little long, so bear with me.
Hit it.
It says, "Bitch, you thirsty? Please grab a Sprite. My Crip's lurking.
Don't
die tonight.
Don't die tonight.
I just want to dance with you, baby. Just don't move too fast.
Right.
I'm too crazy.
I'm too crazy.
Man down the Ave, and get shaded. Take a nigga mind off that. We can dip. Fuck in the whip.
Okay.
Slide."
So I'm gonna stop right there because she's gonna do a lot of cursing, and I'm not really about that on my channel. But yeah. So she's talking about that song, I ain't never ran from nothing but the police. Northside Long Beach, Northside Long Beach. And I've heard this song before. Vince Staples is the rapper. And let me tell you something. She's right. You know, the music on the radio is terrible. Now here's the thing. Here's the thing. We all know that, like Sony, Arista, we all know that those people who control the music industry are just horrible people. the music industry itself is a horrible industry, and it's all about the spin. See, this is probably what she didn't bother to look into. In the music industry, it's all about just like in the ad industry, in the TV industry, it's all about the Nielsen ratings. Well, the same thing happens to go on in the music industry. The Nielsen ratings is when you watch a television show for more than 5 minutes, they count you as in this household watch this show. And this is why you see so many shows going on and off the air, and shows get canceled. It's because of the Nelson ratings. It's because they don't have enough people watching it. Well, the same thing happens in the music industry. This is why you get a rapper or a singer who's here today and they're gone today. It's because of the ratings. Now, the way they go about doing it is a system called SoundScan. Now, you got somebody like Vince Staples who's talking about murder, and you can listen to the song she's talking about. He's talking about murder because he's a Crip. He's talking about kids running from the police, which I'm not all the way mad about. I don't. Listen, it depends on the situation. If you think that cop is about to murder you of something you didn't do, if your chance of living is to run, then run your ass off. No, I'm not going to sit there and tell you, hey, let that cop shoot you and go on vacation. Nope, I'm not doing that. If you think that cop is about to blow your ass away, then you run. You run like hell. Run as fast as you can. I don't care what anybody say about that because it's your life. I'm not trying to see another dead child. We've seen enough of that. Or adult. If you have to, run. If you think that cop ain't right, run. Nonetheless, as far as the Nelson ratings, as far as SoundScan is concerned, what SoundScan does is it is a system that looks over all radio stations that are registered to it. Here's how they do it, even internet radio. So let's just say that ABC radio station was playing in, Seattle or whatever. Well, ABC radio station plays mainstream music. So what they're going to do is they're going to play music that's going to keep attracting people to it. This is why you hear songs like Vince Staples on mainstream radio because people want to hear it. So when they do that, they'll put somebody like Vince Staples in what's called heavy rotation. Once they go into heavy rotation, you will hear that song once every hour. This is why Mariah Carey was worth $35 million, is because she had five top singles in pretty much the same year. This is why when Mariah Carey was, going out there and acting a fool and showing up on television stations where she didn't belong, her radio sta- her they ended her contract. They're just like, you're acting crazy, ended her contract. They had to pay her $35 million just to leave. She came back the next year and had five top hits. This just goes to show how powerful she is. So, nonetheless, what I'm saying is because SoundScan looks over all radio registered, all people who are registered through them. They're registered through them by ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI. I myself am with ASCAP. So basically, what they do is SoundScan says, "Hey, Vince Staple was played on ABC radio at this time." Now, when they do that, if he's with ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI, they will go ahead and tell ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI electronically. ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI will then cut Vince Stable a check. And that check will be for that one time it was on the radio. However, SoundScan doesn't check every radio station and say every time Vince Staples is played, he gets paid. It bounces around like a tornado hitting one house and going over another. That's how SoundScan does that. So this is why heavy rotation is important. Because if your song is on the radio once, it might not get picked up by SoundScan. But if your song is on the radio in heavy rotation uh, once an hour, during the main time people listen to you, which is pretty much in between, let's just say 6 o'clock all the way till what, 5 o'clock? then guess what? It's a good chance SoundScan is going to pick that up. And then you have to add on how many radio stations is in that one city, hello Seattle, that are playing that type of music. And then you look at internet radio and anybody who is registered to ASCAP, CSAC, or BMI, which in turn is registered to SoundScan. It equals a lot of money. And this is why a lot of people live off of their royalties. This is why songwriters are some of the richest people that you never, ever, ever see because they write songs for Britney Spears. Uh, an example of that is Bow Legged Lou in Full Force. Once they got out of mainstream, they started writing songs for Britney Spears. They are still rich. This is another example of that is Neo, the singer. What he would do is he would one time he bragged about he was telling people he said you may have more spins than I do on the radio. He said but you don't have bigger checks than I do. Why? Because Neo is a songwriter who was writing songs for people like Beyonce. uh, I mean she's still at the height of her career, but while she was at her plateau and she's still there, excuse me. He's writing hit songs for her. I'm sorry. He's writing hit songs for her. You also have people like Miley Cyrus's father. When he came out with Achy Breaky Heart, yeah, that was all fine and well. It was a number one hit, but he made a lot of money because he was also writing those songs for Miley Cyrus before she went crazy. Or, okay, I'm not going to say that. Before she starts showing off her body, you know. So, this is why this music is out there, Christian woman. And I know, if you're not into the music industry, you don't know that information. You just hear this stuff on the radio. Also, another reason why it's out there, I'm sorry this is long, is because remember Fight the Power and, in how rap music was positive back in the 90s, and with Professor Griff and and Public Enemy and Chuck D and Queen Latifah, the Queen is hyped up, and all that. Run DMC was all positive. There was no cursing, and then all of a sudden NWA came out and it was F the police and Bi this and ho that and I'm gonna shoot this and kill at will, and all this other stuff that they was talking about. Then our dumbasses went and made a movie about them. Like, wait, what? Why am I looking at these people who helped destroy and literally kill millions of people, and that music is still killing them today? This is what this lady is talking about. The music is very influential, and it does help people in one way or influence them in the wrong way. So yeah, I understand what this Christian woman is talking about, but when you look at the whole industry, they put that music out. Sony put that music out there on purpose because they wanted to divide the people who were listening to it, and they found out how powerful rap and hip hop was and how it was unifying people. And then they decided we don't want that unity, so we're going to talk about selling crack. We're going to talk about hoes. We're going to talk about everything bad. And this is why you have people who are talentless people out there like Young Thug. He don't talk about nothing positive, but nonetheless, his music is blasted all over the airwaves. Sorry, Christian woman, and the rest of us Christians or godly people, but we can't stop this. All you can do is try to get your child not to listen to it. It's your boy Tone 202.